Hello, this is Krillin with part 1 of a new series set to Total War Warhammer as the Dwarfs. We're going to be playing on very hard difficulty instead of legendary. I've had 2 crashes in Warhammer that have cost me quite a bit of time. So I want to make sure that I have at least a save portion, so if I have to go back a ways, I don't have to go and start entirely over in a 30 or 40 episode campaign. We're going to be playing as Thorgrim because he just gets better stuff than Ungrim. We'll get Ungrim eventually. And we will build him an entire Slayer army. Let's go and watch the video.
The old world is a crucible of relentless war. It has ever been so. An era as long as the mountains are unyielding.
This is the best guard the Dwarves have. No wonder they're being overwhelmed. Not impressive.
But as the storms gather again, it presents a chance for the brave to bring about an age of reckoning. I come to the Dwarf High King as a herald of such times, and so I find myself at the King's right hand. My presence is timely, for dire news comes from the south. Greenskins flock to the banner of a cruel war boss. Now, my liege, Thorgrim Grudgebearer, leads a mighty throng from Karazakarak, smashing aside any foes that block our path. If Grudgebearer desires to return the Karaz Angkor to its former glory, then he must rid his lands of vile greenskins. Those gathering within the shadows of Everpeak are a good start.
Okay, so for this particular playthrough, we are going to use the You Can Conquer Anywhere and regional occupation and diplomacy. The main reason for that is this, I think, is going to be a longer campaign. My goal is to actually pick up most of the Dwarven achievements. And you get an achievement for completing all of their tech tree, which is going to be huge. If we hit the point like in the Orc campaign, where in the Orc campaign I was only going for the grand victory, grand campaign. If we hit a point where there's nothing really left to do, all we have left are strong allies, and I'm not going to turn on my strong allies in this one, then I'll probably just start going to pause games, and whenever I'm about to hit an achievement, because again the goals are achievements, I'll try to start the video back up to do that. But again, this is very far away. We have the ability to conquer the world, and we'll take our time and do it right. Now then, we still have to rush because chaos rises really quickly in the game. And we'll need to be as secure and ready for that. That and the greenskins really move hard against the dwarves early on. You really think that in many ways the Dwarven campaign, which is listed as easy, is like the hardest because the greenskins actively come after you. your stuff is really expensive. It's great. Great stuff, but really expensive. We're not going to bother listening to him. He never says anything worthwhile. Anyway, so that's kind of what we have. That's the only mod we're using, and our goal is really for the Grand Campaign / get the achievements. Beheld by the enraged gaze of Grimnir, the bloody spheres have trespassed with impunity all over the sacred mountain. Their forces gather to east and must be defeated in battle before their strength is regained. So we have our first grudge. Now, let's look at text briefly. For text, there are a lot of good text, and there are a lot of text. The ones we're going to begin with are actually this line right here, and I'm actually just going to say all now to go ahead and go for all of that to begin with. This one, and then these two provide up to +4 public order for everything. That's huge. That gets rid of the difficulty. So that makes life much better. This one we won't really use too often. It's just an improvement on one of our commandments that we could use in a full region. The +15 growth to a region is really, really good. When we're done with that, we're going to come up here to some of these where we add a bunch of money and growth. Come down and work some on our armies after we get the money and growth that we need. But for our first 23 turns, we'll just go for High King's Authority. Now, we have a battle to fight. Let's go fight it. I am not going to try to fight every battle by hand. We will auto-resolve when it serves a purpose, because I just don't think I'll have fun with the fight. This is a pretty good fight. We're fairly balanced, so we have better skirmishers, and we have the Grudge Thrower. I think they have slightly better overall infantry because we have a minor. And so it's fairly close. I think Nashrak at this point is probably a little bit more of a beat stick than Thorgrim. Thorgrim has better armor, but he's not as good at hitting. They both do the same damage, which is going to just bash right through Thorgrim's armor anyways. So, though I guess he is a melee expert, so maybe he, I don't know. I think that the generic orc guys are just pretty amazing combatants. Let's go and fight the fight. Okay. The Battle of the Pillars of Grugni. We'll be fighting there several times. It looks like there's some depressions obviously here. We do have some wooded areas. We'll have to see how bad they are. We want to use the maximum range for our Grudge Thrower. So we're going to make sure that basically we get as many shots with the Grudge Thrower before they get to us that we possibly can. Even just one additional shot can make a giant difference when our lines actually meet. If at all possible, we really want to put our hammers and our king into Nashrak. That is a strong goal that we have, because if he breaks, it will weaken the others so that they run away and we can just shoot them down as they go. We will not catch many people in this campaign. Okay. So if I set up here, it's kind of giving them the high ground. I guess it goes down and back up, so that's not too bad. Let's move this more to like right here. That way they have to walk in it, and then they have to come up and down this slope. Now,
we demand blood.
Let's see, he's kind of in the middle, I guess. So we're gonna set up our line like this. We're gonna keep the quarrelers on the outside. They will still have the range to shoot stuff as soon as it comes within range. And then we will charge these guys out without getting in their way. You stand right here. We want you to go for that guy. Now, we want our grudge throwers to go for their big ends. Okay, they're gonna be here. So maybe we'll aim for these RR boys, and a lot of the rocks usually bounce a little bit, so we might get the RR boys, and now we'll just go for the big ends. So let's go ahead and start the battle. And as soon as those big ends are in, we will start lobbing rocks at them. We may get a barrage off on one of the other units first.
I'll get him!
Got a little bit on the R boys and a little bit. No, 3 big ends died in that barrage too, so that was pretty good. Okay, we're going to speed this up just because all that's going to happen until they get to the other side of that ravine is them running as hard as they can, and that's doing a bunch of damage to them. I was hoping for more damage to the big ends. They lost 11, I guess, or 9. Let's go. So,
The might of Karazakarak!
okay. You're gonna go right there. 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 You, I need to come over here. You keep firing this right there. You fire at this one right there.
Warriors! Go! To the ancestor gods!
Just get that out of the way. I'm trying to make sure that they get into him. Okay, you
Warriors!
fire at these. We need to help them as much as we can, as fast as we can. They're firing there. How are we doing here? They're at 48. They have a ton of dudes. They're about to run away though. We need this unit to break. How are we doing? Come on. Fight the guy we need you to fight. We've done like no damage to Nashrak. That's a problem.
Orcs everywhere! For the Karaz Angkor!
Nashrak needs to go down much faster than he is. We've almost finished off this unit, which is great. Okay, you guys. I need to send you right into the back of this unit. No, fire there. Don't do that. They're dead. You keep firing at them. You guys fire at these guys right here.
Warriors!
Okay, this group is almost gone. Keep shooting them. We need them to die. We are not killing Nashrak.
King Thorgrim Grudgebearer!
Okay, I need you to come over here.
Move!
Oh my goodness, we're losing against Nashrak, even though their troops are getting smashed.
For the ancestors!
Come this way.
Stop for the High King!
Okay, 10 and fire. We need to kill these dudes. Okay, they broke. Oh, that actually again is not what we wanted.
Warriors! Show the vengeance! For the ancestor gods!
Okay, you go for this unit right there. You come for this one right here. He got way more injured than I wanted him to be. They also fought way longer than I expected them to. I mean, a bunch of these units are literally not going to, are dead, because they just would not run away.
Orcs everywhere!
Okay, that unit's, I think, gone.
It is a reckoning!
Might as well keep firing at them.
It's about time!
Down to 19. You keep shooting, because if we can kill this unit off, they'll have like a unit of goblins left. They lost, I think, 30 dudes. They lost 40. They lost 40. And some painful fighting in there. Come on. Might as well go over there. These goblins are going to survive. I think these boys are going to survive. I just don't think that we're going to be able to get them. But we'll go until they're outside the range of my artillery. Ooh, maybe we will get them. They're down to 9. I think if one more good hit and they'll... Looks like we're shooting behind them though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to survive. I think I needed to get them down to about 7 or so. Well, it's in the battle. It was a decisive victory, even though I was hoping for more decisive. Thorgrim definitely got more injured than I wanted. So, yeah, see, we killed 128. They killed 77. So, sorry, 79, 99, 105. So we did kill more with our melee than they killed with theirs. The generals worked out to be the same. Our skirmishers really killed more of them than they killed of us. But they outnumbered us, so you know. Now we will get recovery. So our numbers, and we are going to recruit more troops because we'll need them. I think this may be the only unit that survived. This unit probably did too. But we did a really good job of shooting them down. If this is the only unit left, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Because they'll get recovery too, probably. I think they run back. I think they'll run back into their land for my test. Preparing to do this, and so they'll get some recovery there. But we definitely smashed Nashrak. Which, to be honest, I wanted him to break and run away. If he had broken and run away, I would have so stopped attacking him. Having him live on like 100 hit points is truly the best case scenario. Then we just gun him down with our quarrelers when he walks back in. Quarrelers and each killed the lowest of these range attacks still killed 4 more than our elite unit. Just our strong points. Now, I like releasing captives for money because we could definitely use money, but we do want recovery, and people get upset at you if they dislike the greenskins and you let them survive. So, beheld by the enraged, gaze in the eye. We already read that one. So yes, we have defeated them. Observed with disdain by Grungni and all his kin, the bloody spears maintain an encampment at the pillars from which they raid the surrounding valleys. These vermin have long stayed their welcome in these sacred mountains, march against them, and drive them from these lands that are rightfully Dwarfen. Yep. That'll be our battle next turn. Okay. Now, when I did this with the Empire campaign, and to a certain extent the Greenskin campaign, I was very random in what I did, and it doesn't really help. So my goal is to take Root Marcher, and then Inspiring Presence, 1 rank of Axe Sword, 3 ranks of Tactician. At 8th level, which I believe that will put us at 8th level, we will take Hiking, which is just a constant awesome buff that improves everyone around him, and which will be like the whole army. Plus 8 melee attack is really good. Then we will probably take full plate armor and like our ranks in Sacred Scarred Veteran. depending on how far we are. And then we'll go for Rally and Grimnar's Air, which is a static bonus to melee, attack, and defense for our good units, which is really nice. I'm not really good about using these, and 11 seconds is not a long time, so I may not bother with that. I kind of would like to get up to Lightning Strike, but most of this stuff isn't very good. So once I have that, I'll pick up Rune of Grimnir to get that missile reduction chance. I don't know if I'll bother with that. Dwarf leadership is amazing. I'm already at 89. And then I will start really buffing him to make Thorgrim scary. Because I don't really think Thorgrim is all that scary as lords go. We're going to recruit our 3 dwarves. Have we looked at our city yet? Here, let's build money, because money makes the world go round. We are not going to expand that. I really do like quarrelers. I want them as soon as possible. They will often turn tides of battle for me, but the simple reality is that this only requires a level 3 building, which means it's far better off in one of these two. And if we look at them, hopefully when we take them out Squighorn, this Mustafield fields can just be retained and turned into what we need. How much is left here? 29 goblins. We were actually really close to wiping that army off, which I'm kind of surprised about. Happy surprised, but surprised. So we have 1 grudge, take the Pillars of Grugni. They're going to get a general. I kind of hope they just run into the city. Apparently they picked up an orc. They did go into the city, and they're taking attrition, which is interesting since they're actually in their own lands, but that's great. Who did they get here? They got someone.
Grimnir's axe first.
So they have a goblin. We'll fight this one because there's a general here, and we're not going to bother to fight the last part of this region, since it will literally just be these same 5 units. Now, if we auto-resolve this, we probably get a better result, just because auto-resolve in this game is silly how good it is. But we're just going to go ahead and fight it out. Because again, I do want 1 or 2 good fights, and the early fights, the sides are actually fairly even. Now, we are going to attempt to leave our more damaged units out of the fight. Yeah, we'll leave our more damaged units out of the fight for now. We may come in flank with the hammers and the miners. So you don't care if I lose either of those units, to be honest. The hammers cost a lot in upkeep right now. I would save maybe 1,000 or 2,000 gold. Getting rid of them now and then buying them later. Way more than that. I would save a lot of gold. He basically is worth 2 of these Dwarven units. It's a lot. The miners are cheap and not nearly as useful. They're not terrible, but they don't have increased numbers like the goblins. I mean, if there were 100 or 90 or something of these, I think they're only 75. But if there were like 90 miners instead of 75 miners, so that they had slightly more in comparison to the actual Dwarven warrior units, I think it would be a pretty big boost. The having the same numbers and not a huge difference in upkeep makes them less exciting. Now, they're all going to start together. We are definitely going to have missile superiority. They probably just start out right here. So let's see what we have. We have like a rise right here. I think this is also, yeah, it's risen up here. So we're going to put our grudge thrower right here. Let's just take a look and see how far it stretches. We can even come a little bit further back. Because again, if we can get off all of the shots on them before they move forward, it's worth doing it.
Warhammer! For the ancestor gods!
I'm gonna go ahead and line up you. We're gonna put you back here and you back here, and we'll put you right here. You, I need to keep safe, so you're just gonna be put right there. We're going to go ahead and start the battle. Now our grudge thrower, we want to put in the boys. Sure, go right there. They're the leading boys. If it misses them, maybe it'll hit some of the other boys that are coming up behind. I killed 2 in the first barrage. They regained... I don't think they regained any. They didn't seem to lose any, though. Let's speed this up. Only 2 more dead. It'd be really nice if they were down a lot of guys when they get in. You come over here now. Let's go to normal speeds. Unit, run over here. This unit is almost totally wrecked. They're going to be running away already. That's awesome. You. Okay. You just stay where you are. You fire at this guy here. You guys, get out of melee. You guys, come right into here.
Attack!
You, I'm going to send you into there, General. Fire right there.
Dwarf warriors! For the ancestors! Die, orc scum! Yes!
They're almost dead. This group is about to run.
For the cannons on tour!
This group is getting really ripped up. He'll do fine against all of them. I need people to come fight this guy. You go into there. Kill these dudes. You, I'm not having you fire. Oh, that's so bad. These guys are getting worked over by the general. You know what? Fire into here. Kill them. We need them to run away. Never mind. Fire over here. They're gonna run away in a second.
Let's be about this!
Okay, you come back here. Okay. Fire over there. Okay, they're about to break. I hope they do very quickly. We're starting to lose more. Okay, that's it. We've won. This will be another decisive victory, although it was not as smooth as it should have been. Let's see. Yep, see decisive victory. Our hammers killed nearly 70. These units just did not perform as well. I totally had one unit not even bothering to shoot for a while, which was not the best way to go. We only lost 92 though, which is not terrible, and we killed. Technically, we killed all 565, but we actually killed, 355 to 92. Pretty decent odds. Now we'll be able to rest a little bit, and we'll take the next city quite easily because there won't be any army there to really come at us, which will be useful. Okay. Flying units can engage you without hand-to-hand fighting without descending onto the terrain. Yes, they can. We know that from watching Franz beat up people in midair. Not going to be a huge... I guess I'll have gyrocopters. Sadly, they don't actually let dwarves ride anything. In the game, the tabletop game, Dwarven generals can ride on shield bearers. So basically what Thorgrim has with his throne, there are guys who will hold just shields, and the Dwarf Lord stands on like 2 shields and just wallops people from higher ground. I don't know why they didn't give you at least shield bearers. I think that would have been a pretty cool thematic mount for the dwarves. Ordinary blood rapper. He must be very ornery now as he is dead. Okay, decisive victory. Not much money, but we do have gained the region. We're just going to occupy it because we do not want revolt. Revolt is the worst thing that can happen. Okay, so we've already gained that. We gained our 1,000 gold pieces for that. Don't care what you have to say. The Karakin has fallen to decline, assaulted by fell enemies above and below the ground, but no more. Ever a peak has stirred, and the High King demands that Dwarf be brought back to its foreign glory. Let the task begin in earnest. So here, we're actually going to go with growth. We're not going to have much to spend money on anyways. We'll probably end up putting growth there as well. It's very important that we grow this region as fast as possible so I can afford to move out. Okay, we're going to take Inspiring Presence. That one level of Axe Sword is going to be very important. We're getting pretty good recovery, and we'll be able to take that next time. There is an army here. It's only 5 units, so I'm not terribly concerned about it. It is recruiting.
Send me to vengeance.
We're going to hold off on getting any more troops this turn. I think we'll be okay with what we have. We are recovering quickly. We'll have 43 of them, 50 some, 48, 72 full, 42. They'll be full. So let's go ahead and end the turn. What do these bloody spears choose to do? Okay, they have recruited, and it looks like they made us keep recruiting. Oh, really?
Time for a reckoning.
Okay, really, Gorfang Rotgut? You are slowing me down heavily.
No fool that's safe in the world. The High King acts.
Okay. So, I'm positive we could beat that.
Retake the realms!
But I don't really want to. I really want to come and get this region. But
To battle!
we'll see if he stands and fights us. If he doesn't stand and fight us, this is truly bad. He does. Huh. How are we doing for time? This is a pathetic army. We fought to. I mean, this has nothing that's interesting. So, oh, what the heck? We'll fight it. We can beat this up pretty badly, and then they will run away. Fortunately, I was not really planning on fighting a general. The general is actually the only real problem with this fight, because the rest of this is nothing. Now, if we break the rest of it, we'll be able to send Gorfang running. And that's kind of what we need to do. We just need to beat him so that the grudge isn't there. Because if we don't fight him now, he's going to run off. And chances are he'll join the Greenskins and end up so far away from us that we'll never be able to catch him. And we'll end up with stupid penalties because this dude didn't stick around to fight. So we might as well try to fight him now while we can. We just have to beat him so that this does not pose a long-term problem for us. Okay, so we're going to start by shooting the grudge thrower into the orcs. Once they get into melee, we're just going to focus them in on these dudes because these dudes are annoying. We do have pretty good superiority. The only problem is that Gorfang Rotgut, literally he is the only thing I am concerned about here, as he himself can do a lot of damage. But we should be able to really crush them coming in, which will make this easier. I think we'll be on this side. That right here looks like a high ground. Possibly a good place to set up with good view over a lot of area. That was pretty good to get the high ground. Okay, so we'll have fought three different generals this time. I don't think we're going to kill Gorfang. Unfortunately, our dude is that's not as high as I'd hoped, but it is still a high ground. So we are going to position ourselves here. That works. You guys come right here, across the high ground.
War of vengeance!
You guys form up right here. I'm going to try to keep back, if at all possible. Okay, let's go ahead and start the battle. We actually want to shoot these dudes, but we have to wait a moment. They shot at those and totally missed. It's a terrible thing to shoot at. Okay, we're shooting at the right things now. Let's go ahead and speed this up so that they can come to us while we're shooting at those boys. How are we doing at shooting the boys? Okay, let's play. You guys come that way.
Vengeance begin! Nothing can stop us! We demand blood! Killers! Dwarf warriors! Attack the killers! For the Karatunga! Dwarfs reaction! And vengeance! War of vengeance! Fall through! Our fire undead! Quarrelers!
Fire at this guy. Don't avoid friendly fire. Etsy, fire over here. Come into their back.
Will do!
Okay, this unit's already getting ready to break. Oh, you are supposed to come out. How is Gorfang doing? Really good against us. Fire right into there. These goblins are holding. That's not good.
For the ancestors!
These dudes are just getting ripped to shreds. Let's send him into there.
Miners! Kazoo! Quarrelers! Charge! Very well!
Just keep killing away at them.
The old splitters! Root thrower! Get him! Dwarf warriors! Yes! Yeah!
All of you guys, go into Gorfang.
Quarrelers!
Keep firing at these boys to prevent them from coming back.
Blood! Right!
These guys are just gonna wake up and be like, oh look, there's a thing there to shoot at. Okay. How are we doing here? Not good. Auto-resolve would have just given such a better result. Everyone, just crush this one dude. Oh, their chariots actually charged us.
Root thrower! This dwarf is fire! Cannon!
We're losing units here. Fighting this fight was not good. We would have just come off so much better in the auto-resolve. I knew that. They're about to break. I hope you survive. You're dead. Oh, we wounded Gorfang.
Quarrelers! Hit your targets well! Root thrower! Understood!
Do as much as we can to this unit. We'll get money for fighting this. I really hope that they survive the fight. At 8 men, they are just on the edge of what they can survive. Let's speed this up until the grudge thrower finishes, and then we will call it. The goblins actually do really well because of their numbers. So I say if the miners had just slightly more people, it would be worth having them. I used all my ammo in this fight with the grudge thrower. That's kind of surprising. It's in the battle. It was a third decisive victory in a row, but we have not had any peace. So, Gorfang is supposed to be at war with the Greenskins. He's supposed to go south and beat up on them. As I said, I just think the Dwarves are not the easy starting position that they want them to be. You have 3 or 4 orc tribes around you that just gun for you. It's almost always bloody spears, of course, because that's your starting enemy. The greenskins will come for me pretty soon, and often you have the eye ones, whatever they're called, scabby eyes. They're right there. I mean, you're just at odds with so many potential factions right off the bat. It's pretty poor. They did kill 50, so if they survive, that's good. These guys killed 124. They only killed 47, but I had them going for the super chariots. They basically went through the chariots through most of the battle, and the chariots unaffected. I should have had them going for these dudes, probably. They would have had better kill ratio. Would have let me turn my correlers in on the fight sooner. Interesting stuff. Still, our kill ratio was quite good. We were outnumbered by 70 men, and at the end of the fight, we have more than twice as many as them, and both of us are in triple digits. So not terrible. Be vigilant and strong, who knows what evil lurks in the vacillation of a weak fool. I don't know if that's the greatest motto I've ever heard. Thorgrim did have 21 kills, but we were delayed in actually getting that city that we needed. We were kind of forced to leave our other city open. I don't think they'll be able to attack it this turn, but not a great option. And yeah.
What?
Okay.
The High King.
We do still have our dudes. Can you encamp in any way? No. So I'm just gonna have you walk back to here, and I'm gonna take that one rank in Axor because I need a fourth thing in here, and none of else really matters. But +3 defense will actually have a noticeable effect. This unit with 4 survived. That's kind of pointless. We're going to merge those two. That'll save me a lot of money.
Sure enough.
And we'll build more because we obviously need to build more. Okay, so we beat all of our grudges. We'll get more money next turn. He's up to 8 units. It's going to end the turn. Really wanted to take that last settlement this turn. Could have been very beneficial. Well, instead of going for that town, we will be doing yet another fight. Because this dude showed up in our region. Okay, he has 10.
Send me to vengeance.
We're at 50 minutes.
To battle.
Okay, so this is the Underdark, but we don't actually kill him for being here. I am just going to auto-resolve this one because we're running low on time, and I just want to finish this fight. We're going to kill them. Can I catch them? That one's pretty good. I can. We will just finish them off. That is their army. Now negative side, it's highly likely that they're going to, ooh, ward save is good.
It is time.
We're going to take our rank and tactician. This is really great. Plus 12% ammunition and missile damage. Now it's percentage, but still very good. We're going to go sit in here to get the improved recovery because we really need it. And next turn, we'll be able to go for Mount Squidcorn. Now we're at 50 minutes, so we're going to end the video because I'm trying to stick to about 50 minutes. We can upgrade this, which we definitely want to do. Like and subscribe, and we'll be back next time for more Total War Warhammer as we possibly conquer the world as the Dwarfs. Adios.